Hey there, Kitsap County. Welcome back to another week of Dupuis team at Keller Williams West Sound weekly stats video update. I'm Cassandra Lopez with Dupuis team at Keller Williams, and today we have another really tight week to report. So August 31st today, this is of the previous week, 25th through the 31st, so last Tuesday through today. And we had a few more homes come on market than the previous week. We had 92 over the last week, but we had an increase of about 20% of homes go pending. So we didn't have an increase of 20% come on the market. So that means we're back down to another really thin week of inventory, including Bainbridge Island residential and condos. We're at 352. If you remove Bainbridge Island, because sometimes that's its own special little market up there, and sometimes it's a different buyer demographic. Residential and condo for the rest of Kitsap County, we're down to 291. Oh, my goodness, that's just, something's got to give. So combine that a little bit with interest rates have gone up just a little bit over the last 7 to 10 days. And we're not talking astronomical. We're not talking like 5 points, but half a point, 3/4 point, a point here and there, which can affect your buying power quite a bit if you're a buyer in this already incredibly competitive seller's market. So you may need to reevaluate what that looks like for you. You may need to redo your cost analysis, like cash to close and all that stuff, because your interest rate is going to affect all of that. So have a really good conversation with your lender if your rate hasn't been locked in, and because they are fluctuating, so that's going to affect your buying power. So another trend that we are seeing, because I know last week Steph talked to sellers and she was like, if you are even thinking about selling your home, sell your home, because you're going to get ridiculous amount of money for it, probably. I mean, we can't make an absolute statement, right? But depending on current market conditions, which are in your favor, and still relatively low interest rates for buyers, that's in your favor, and just the really thin inventory that we have, all of that works in your favor. So if your home is in relatively decent condition and it's marketable, let's talk about getting it on the market to see what kind of equity you have in there. One thing to keep in mind, if you are a seller, you buy in the market that you sell in. So you sell high, you're going to buy high. So let's just be realistic about that. The benefit is that you now become a buyer with the potential to get a really great interest rate. Even though we did see them tick up slightly, historically, they're still ridiculously low. So you can sell your home for a premium, pull out the maximum equity you can, get a new mortgage with a really low interest rate, and roll your equity into your new home as a large down payment. And now you have maybe a better home to purchase, but your mortgage might be less because you're borrowing less money, your interest rate's really low. So those are some things to think about. And also, we're seeing an uptick in the number of contingent purchases. And what contingent purchases are, it is you're purchasing a home contingent on the sale of your current home. So a lot of buyers are doing that as sellers because you do need to roll over that equity, or maybe you're reinstating your VA entitlement and you have your VA encumbered in your current property. You need to put it into your new future purchase, and so you got to sell in order to buy. And we're seeing more and more of those. So they're becoming more and more prevalent, which is kind of a sign of the times, because once you put your home on the market as a seller, now you can become a buyer. Now you're like in that competition of 10 buyers to a house. So there's no, you don't have the luxury of buying a home and then closing on it and then selling your home peacefully and stress-free. That's just not the market climate we're in right now. We're in a market where you are going to have to buy in order to, or sell in order to buy, and that's fine. Our team is pretty well experienced with that kind of transaction. I have 3 clients doing that right at this very minute. So it's not unusual. It's not unheard of. If you need to do it, let's talk about a good game plan for you so that we make sure that you have a roof over your head all the time and there's no gap in housing there. But we are seeing a trend. So more and more home sellers are becoming home buyers in the contingent status. So if you are a seller and your home is on the market, don't be surprised to see some contingent offers come through, because that's just seems to be the increasing trend over the last week or two. So listings pending was kind of the same. Last week 211, this week 207, relatively the same. That's still kind of huge though. Like we're into the 200s. Before the 3 to 4 weeks prior, we were just in the 150 to 180 range. Homes go pending per week. Now we've bumped into the 200 bracket. And we're starting to see those solds wrap up from those really large high pending weeks that we were in the 180s. Those solds are ticking up too, because it just, statistics roll through week over week. Other than that, we are still hot seller's market. We're selling list price to sold price. Let me reverse that. Sold price to list price is over 100%. So if you are a buyer, you need to understand that that's the competitive market that we're in. Be prepared to offer or pay, several percentage points above list price. Oftentimes what sellers will do, or what listing agents will do for their sellers rather, is they'll market the home maybe a 0.5% to 1% below market value, so that, they get a lot of buyer interest and it ends up getting bid up well above where they had comped it out. A lot of buyers will see that, they're just trying to create a bidding war. Well, as a listing broker, your job is to get the most money you can for your seller. So why not create a bidding war? The market, the buyers, it's your decision to pay whatever you feel is fair. So some buyer is going to pay the right dollar amount for that seller. And it's completely fair and it's completely ethical. And if you don't want to buy that house, then don't buy that house. So there's a couple of tricks we do, for our buyers to be a competitive offer. Not just in addition to increasing the offer price, but we have some other, tricks up our sleeve to help our buyers get into escrow. So if you have any questions on how to make your offer really competitive, contact us. We'd be happy to advise you through that process and kind of show you what that would look like. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us, comment, like our videos, share our videos, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Cassandra Lopez with Dupuis team at Keller Williams West Sound. This has been the week of August 25th through August 31st. Weekly Stats. We'll see you right here next week.